So you basically, you haven't heard anything that either Mr. Garrigan or Mr. Landers has said, maybe he's got a point there.
Nothing that's jumping to my mind. Like I said, you've got, you know, the thing that what's it, lackadaisical, or the administration is lax now. You know, we stick a lot of money into every staff member. We train them, we uniform them, we equip them, and we continue to train them. One of the things that I remember when I was hired, I was told, you know, we stuck all this money into you, we give you a brand new car and 3 guns. We have confidence you know how to do your job. And we have a good field training program. I am not the type of person that I'm going to be micromanaging. This job is hard enough. I have the utmost confidence in my staff, whether it's inside or outside. And will I deal with something if it's wrong or not being handled right? Yes, I will. But I don't feel I have to be pushing them or have their immediate supervisors pushing them.
How do you keep yourself aware of what your deputies are doing in the field?
A lot of it is staff meetings, and I know that has been brought up. And the reason that I changed the staff meetings is I have 14 sergeants. And before, the meetings went from 2 hours to 4 or 5 hours. The majority of those sergeants were there on overtime. I'm a big one for chain of command. I said in one of the debates, we're no different sometimes than our kids. If mom will give you something that dad won't, you will go to mom, and vice versa. Same thing with us. If you have a lieutenant that will give you something that your sergeant won't, you'll bypass your sergeant and go to the lieutenant, or to go to the captain, or go to the chief deputy. That's where the chain of command is broke down. I have my lieutenants, my captain, and my chief deputy, and my executive secretary in my staff meetings, monthly staff meetings. They then disseminate the information. The detective division has meetings with the lieutenant, and the jail has meetings with their sergeants. So the information is disseminated down.
So different segments and different command levels have their own meetings.
Yes.
There are fewer people in your staff meetings, and they're expected to pass the information on properly to
Correct.
those people.
Yeah. So it's not that there's a meeting held amongst administration and nobody on the lower supervision knows about it. That's incorrect. There are meetings and the lieutenants are to pass that down, and they do. So I guess my question, Lynn, was if there's anything where they say that I'm lax, the administration is lax, I guess it all depends on how you look at it. If you want somebody that's going to micromanage your every move and not trust what you were hired to do, then yeah, then I guess I would be lax. Again, I put the utmost trust in the employees and the supervisors to watch them, and if they're seeing them do anything wrong, you know, get it changed right away.
What? How would you rate the? I mean, what do you think the morale of the department is?
One thing with our morale, I believe in, and again, you know, been here 20 years, it's up and down. Yeah, right now it is probably a mixture of, well, things are okay or I wish things would change. Part of that, I think, is the times, the economy. I think a big thing with is the staffing, and our deputies are doing more with no relief in sight. Some of it is contracts, and I think that the thing that everybody has to understand is that the contract's not with the sheriff, it's with the county board. I don't control the contracts. I don't control when they're settled, what they're settled for, or if they're settled late, when the back pay comes to you. And I know that it was, I think, sort of a blow to the morale with the road deputies when the bargaining committee for the county agreed to a contract and the full county board voted it down because they're hardworking. And you know, I think that one of the things that got my attention was where somebody said not approachable. that all we do is write tickets. Bull. It's the best way I can answer that, bull. I've had more than my share of people that have called me and thanked me for the way that staff has presented themselves or been there in a critical time and dealt with them and their family. Part of our job is writing tickets. And we don't like to do that, but if we allow people to drive 75, 85, 95, 100, some of the speeds that we've had up as high as 120 miles an hour on the interstate. You know, again, these grants are allowing us the personnel time to go out and try to get people to slow down. You follow the law, we're gonna wave at you when you go by. You know, it's not, and we're gonna be kind to you when we approach your car. We're gonna explain things to you if we do write you a citation. And to say that we're scaring the people, that's totally, that's a statement for somebody that hasn't spent enough time out there and seen how these people approach. If that person has any doubt, get the video from the deputy's car and review the video.